Hello everybody and welcome to a video on Overwatch, and today we are talking about Genji and how to actually play him. What are some of the best strategies for playing him? Because I'm sure some of you guys have maybe tried him out and maybe have not been so successful, and I was right there with you. I did not do too well with him either. I'm still not great, but I'm not bad either. So basically we need to talk about a couple of things if you want to play Genji correctly. The first thing you have to realize is Genji is not supposed to be in the front lines. He is not meant to be one-on-one attacking as soon as they come out the doors. He is meant to be one of your relievers, the one who can kind of stay back and kind of hit them from afar. And then if he does have to be up close, he can, but make sure you use his maneuverability there, because he's definitely a maneuverable guy. He's a ninja, for God's sake, so you definitely know that he's good at moving around, so use that to your advantage. If you're on the ground, jump all the time, because you should be climbing on walls as much as you can, on rocks, anything you can, because it makes it harder for people to hit you. If you were just jumping around, you're irritating them and probably pissing them off, because trust me, it pissed me off when I was trying to kill Genji at some points when I first started the game. So definitely make sure that you're still jumping around and using your environment, and don't be right up in front of everybody's face. You actually kind of want to stay back. You're not going to get a whole lot of eliminations. When I'm talking about eliminations, I'm talking about getting single kills by yourself. You're going to need more of that support mechanism to where you can throw one arrow into him, it injures him, and you still get the kill for it, because that's how it works in Overwatch. So basically the main thing we just talked about was, you don't want to be in the front lines. But next we need to talk about patience. Genji is one of those people to where even if you do not play him right away and you're not great at him, you got to be patient. You got to keep giving him some tries. You have to figure out your tactics, what works for you, because everybody is different when it comes to playing him. Some people like to stay back. Some people are really good at going and attacking, like we mentioned earlier. But it really depends on your play style. Now, I've noticed that a lot of people die as Genji because they try to go up onto the front lines. They want to take people on one-on-one, in the middle of a firefight. And most of the time, it does not work for them. So I'm kind of speaking from, like me dying a lot, and then also seeing a lot of other people die a lot. And some of the other main things is use your abilities as much as you can, because the abilities are going to save your life. And the main one that I use is the block mechanism. So if you don't know, Genji has a block mechanism that he can use. It's one of his abilities. It's the right bumper, I believe. So basically how this works is if somebody shoots something at you, you can actually redeflect it back at them. This is very helpful when it comes to defending yourself, just because you can redeflect, bullets from Reaper. I noticed that Reaper is a big one that I get all the time with kills, because he likes to be up close and personal, and I can hit him with all his shots because he shoots them very fast. Another big one that I've noticed that a lot of people will try to get up close and personal with is Junkrat. Junkrat is another, player that likes to be a little bit up close and personal. So a lot of great ones there, because you can redeflect his grenade launchers back at him. I've gotten a lot of kills against Junkrats just redeflecting their shots back at them. It gets you so many kills, or just it gives you time to run away and not get a lot of damage against you, because let's be honest, Genji does not have a lot of health. He only has 200 health, and it goes down very fast, because again, that comes down to you're not supposed to be directly fighting somebody face to face most of the time. Now sometimes you can't avoid that. Sometimes you have to get up close and personal, and that's when your dart or your dash comes in. So the dash is definitely a very important thing. Now, another thing I've noticed that a lot of people do is they use the dash as an attack. Now, I still use it if I really have to. That's really if they're low on health, if I'm trying to confuse them or get around them. But most of the time, I want to use it as a escape mechanism, because it's your really only way to get away from people. Because I've noticed that, Genji, even though he's a ninja, he's still very fucking slow. So the best thing to do is, use your dash as a way to get away from people, because they can't keep up with your dash. It regens after 6 seconds. Use it again if you have to get away. Use it to get health, because again, being that you only have 200 health, you're going to need quite a bit of health, and you're going to get hurt quite a bit. So you're going to have to keep going to back to pick things up. Do not be afraid to run away from a fight. If you get injured, run away. Go get some health. Again, you do not have to stick around for a fight, because most of the time, if you stay, you will die. So kind of be smart about it. You know when to stay and when to go. And also know when to attack people up front, because the dart can be fantastic for killing people up close if they're low on health, but most of the time you do not want to use it for that if you can avoid it. If you can't, use it to your advantage again for attack, but most of the time I feel like it works better as a defense mechanism. The last thing here that I want to talk about is pretty simple, and that is Genji's superpower, or his super, whatever you want to call it in Overwatch. I'm not exactly sure what it's called. So me myself, I'm not great with his super, but I am a lot better with just the plain, you know, throwing stars that he throws. Now his super is definitely very unique, I think, because most supers in the game, they kind of make you unstoppable. You can get plenty of kills. With Genji, until you get used to it, you will not get that many kills with it, because I feel like a lot of people, if they play other characters first, they kind of get the feeling in their head of, oh, well, I can just immediately use this and, you know, kill people right away. It still takes 2 or 3 hits from them for full health to get them down all the way. And one thing you also have to remember when using his super is that you are not invulnerable to enemy fire. You still have to use your block mechanisms and your dart mechanisms because you're still being shot at. You have no defense. The only thing that's different about your super is that you have a sword out. So definitely make sure, and I've still noticed this too, that I do it, is still make sure you use your powers and your left and right bumpers to defend yourself or whatever they are on PC. So definitely make sure you're using what you have to your advantage, because you need to be careful about your super, because you are not unstoppable. You are very easily killed if you do not play it safely. So I would definitely not recommend going into a group of 5 using it. And also, you're not going to take out the big guys most of the time unless their health is really far down already. So try to avoid using your super on the big guys, because you're just, in the long run, you're going to die a lot more. And take that from experience. I've done that when I played him, and I'm finally starting to settle into my playing style here. And you'll even see throughout most of this video in the bottom of my screen, I have my super for most of the time, but I don't really use it. I like to keep it for when I have to, because it's another great thing to use when you really have to use it. Now some people get super they get super happy and they just want to use their super as soon as they get it, and that's fine, but I feel like it kind of defeats the whole purpose of playing Genji, because again, playing Genji, you want to kind of be conservative. You want to be a little bit on the safer side with him, because he doesn't have much health. He has good vertical movement, but he's also very slow on the ground. So definitely kind of keep in mind, you know, how your playing style is. And if you're not really a patient person, maybe Genji isn't perfect for you. And maybe if you don't like being killed, he's not good for you either until you get used to him. But he's definitely one of those characters that he takes a lot of time to get used to. Defines your playing style. He defines just everything that you have to figure out about him. Because he's definitely a very tricky character, and I think that's why a lot of people like him, is because I like him because I want a challenge. I like a player that you can't just join in and use him right away. It actually takes some practice. So I like players like that, and I think that's also why a lot of other players like him, because 1, he's a ninja who doesn't want to be a ninja, duh. And 2, I think a lot of people like the challenge of trying to use him. So definitely, hopefully this video helped you out, and you know, I'm not the best Genji player, I admit that. I'm not saying I'm the best or anything, but after playing him for quite a bit now, I've understood how to finally play him. I understood the mistakes I made, and I wanted to make a video for you guys, because hopefully this could help you guys out, being that he is such a tricky character to get used to. So if you want to see any other characters in Overwatch and how to play them, please let me know in the comments. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. So bye bye.